Iran strongly condemns Israeli continued violation of Syrian sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Israeli occupying regime has exploited the current situation in Syria to pursue its political agenda and further destroy Syria's infrastructure. The Security Council must take decisive action to address this aggression and to put an end to Israeli occupation of Syrian territory. In the name of God, the Compassionate, the Merciful, we thank Mr. Peterson, the Special Envoy, and Mr. Fletcher and the Secretary General for their insightful briefings. We listened carefully to a statement made by the other briefers. Regarding the recent development in Syria, I would like to make the following key points. First, the Islamic Republic of Iran reaffirms its unwavering support for Syrians' unity, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. The future of Syria must be decided solely by its people, free from external interference or imposition. An inclusive Syrian-led and Syrian-owned political process facilitated by the UN and grounded in the framework of the Resolution 2254 is essential. This includes drafting a new constitution through a representative constitutional committee and establish an inclusive and representative government that reflects the aspiration of all Syrian people. In this context, Iran commends the constructive effort and active engagement of the UN Special Envoy, Mr. Peterson, in advancing this critical objective. Second, maintaining Syrian governmental institutions is vital for stability and the foundation of an inclusive political solution. Institutional collapse risks further fragmentation, humanitarian suffering, and exploitation by extremists. Lessons from the past conflict underline the importance of institutional continuity for basic services, the rule of law, and trust building. The international community must support Syria's institutional resilience, respecting its sovereignty and the will of its people. Third, the safety of all Syrian citizens, including the rights of minorities as well as foreign nationals, must be ensured. Religious and cultural sites and places must be safeguarded, and the inavailability of diplomatic premises and personnel must be upheld in accordance with international law. Fourth, Iran strongly condemns Israeli continued violation of Syrian sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Israeli occupying regime has exploited the current situation in Syria to pursue its political agenda and further destroy Syria's infrastructure. The Security Council must take decisive action to address this aggression and to put an end to Israeli occupation of Syrian territory, which constitute a blatant violation of international law, the UN Charter, and the Council's own resolution, in particular Resolution 350. Iran reaffirms its unwavering support for UNDOF and the full implementation of its mandate. Fifth, the Syrian people face immense economic and humanitarian hardship that demand urgent action. Rebuilding critical infrastructure, restoring services, and ensuring the safe return of refugees and internally displaced persons are essential for fostering national unity and recovery. Immediate aid must be prioritized and unilateral sanctions on Syria must be lifted. The continuation of these inhuman and illegal measures is unjustifiable, as they disproportionately harm the most vulnerable, worsen economic hardship, and violate the fundamental rights of the Syrian people. Iran commends the tireless efforts of OCHA and its humanitarian partners in their work toward alleviating the suffering of the Syrian people. Sixth, Syria remains a pivotal country in the region and must recover its vital role in promoting peace and stability, free from terrorism that poses no threat to its neighbors or the broader region. The Syrian people deserve peace, dignity, and the chance to rebuild their nation free from external interference. The international community must collectively support Syria's unity, sovereignty, and reconstruction, ensuring the rights of aspiration of all Syrians are upheld. Seventh, Iran has consistently played a pivotal and constructive role in promoting regional peace and security, paying a heavy price both in material and human cost in fight against terrorism in Syria and the wider region. This undeniable reality cannot be overlooked. For years, Iran has provided legitimate support to Syria in its fight against terrorism, acting upon the formal and unlawful request of the then Syrian government. Without Iran and the Hezbollah decisive efforts and sacrifices, Syria would have fallen entirely under the control of Daesh and its affiliated terrorist groups, with their influence potentially extending into Lebanon. These efforts also played a critical role in bringing to end to Daesh control in both Iraq and Syria. Finally, Iran and Syria share deep historical and friendly relations, which continue to grow based on mutual interest and international legal principles. Iran remains steadfast in its constructive role, working with the United Nations, regional partners, and the Syrian people to achieve lasting peace and stability in Syria and the wider region. I thank you.